I bought this old screw for 750 bucks. Today I got some parts and we're going to try to get it going. About 2 months ago I picked up these two 670 HO MXZs. I paid 1500 bucks for the pair of them. And the one we're working on today is actually a limited edition Toni Haikonen Hokey Pokey or some other edition, I don't know what it is. But it's number 25 out of 400. It's a 1998 with 6,000 miles on it. It's in pretty good shape overall. The seat is not horrible. It's got a good track and suspension on it, but it is missing a few parts. And it is missing some pretty important parts to make this thing run. There's absolutely no carburetors in this thing, and the DPM has all the fittings broke off of it. So here she is. Got her in the garage. This is exactly how I bought it right here. We're going to go over this now today. We're going to check compression and spark, make sure that's all good. I know for sure this thing needs its fuel system probably completely revamped. When I bought this, there was no carbs in it, and the DPM got a bunch of fittings that are actually broke off of it, you can see. You can see here, there's absolutely no carbs. The DPM here, there's 3 fittings broke off here. The fuel lines are, some of them are hooked up, some of them are not. And you come around here, look in the tank. Now you can see that hole down there. So this little outlet pipe, and there's supposed to be a grommet here, I guess. They're gone. So I'm gonna have to figure something out here as well. But I do think this thing is worth saving. This one is number 25 of 400 back in 1998. I'm not sure really the value on these things, but I'm sure it is worth something. So let's carry on right now. We're going to check our spark and compression. So if you remember, this was kind of part of a package deal that I bought. I bought 2 of these 670 HOs. This one is a Toni, I don't know, Aoki edition. Or whatever, Toni Hanoki, or I don't even know. Something. It's a Toni something edition. Number 25 of 400. The other one is just a 670 HO. But the other one got a bunch of engine work and a bunch of aftermarket goodies on it. I want to save 2 of them. And we're going to start with this one right here. Well, we got brand new spark plugs here that have never been fired. That's a little bit suspicious. And these plugs have never been fired before because guess what? We ain't got no spark. Well, I guess we got a few more issues here because we ain't got no spark. I did unplug my kill switch already, and I unplugged this DES right here, and made no difference whether I'm plugged in or not. I have absolutely no spark. Let's check compression. So we got no fuel system, we got no spark. What else? Buddy. $200 PSI? Let's try the next side. Is it just me, or does that seem like a lot? Okay, so I'm pretty sure the compression is that high because some of the oil leaked from the injection system down into the cylinders. I'm pretty sure. So we got compression, we got absolutely no spark, and we got no fuel system. This thing is a 28-year-old machine, and I gotta find some probably hard to find parts. I just love that for me. So someone's definitely been down here before. I'm getting ready to take this exhaust off now so I could test that stator. And there's like no springs at all in any of this. And all the springs are actually down here in the body of the sled. So, anyways, let's just take this apart and check a few things. Big plug here. Alright, I'm not going to bore you guys too much. I'm going to look over some of this wiring here. And if I find anything, I'll definitely pick you up and let you know. So let's get this old pork right out of the way so we can visually inspect that stator that's behind it. It's kind of funny that when you see suspicious fluid, the first thing you do is smell it to kind of see what it is. So if you look in here, I don't know what this oil is all about. I'm hoping it's nothing serious. But someone's definitely been in here before, as you can tell. This little thing right here is just about stripped out. So I'm going to try to get this all apart now so I can have a better inspection on that stator. let's just grab our trusty little puller. And what we got to do is try to pull off this flywheel, because the stator is behind that flywheel. So I tightened down this puller and the flywheel didn't seem to want to come off. So I tightened it up a little bit more, tapped it with a hammer, it still wouldn't come off, so I tightened it up even more. It still never came off, so I decided to take off my purse and tighten it up even more. And it still wouldn't come off. I just love using the torch when there's oil here and gas back there and a bunch of other flammable stuff around. I can't get this flywheel off. Oh. There we go, baby. Okay. Well, I just found out why there was all of that oil down in here. And it's honestly a good thing that this didn't have spark, and I did take all this apart. And I will show you right about now why this was such a good idea. So the stator actually, I guess, has the crank seal on it as well, which is interesting. So if you look in here, you can see this is our stator, and you can clearly see why we have no spark. This is our crank seal right here, and if you look in here, this is our crankshaft and our crank bearing. This stator is supposed to be mounted back here. You can see here there are 3 bolts. That one, this little bolt down here has the head broke off. Oh no, don't tell me that, boys. Oh my god. This one over here got like a friggin' deck screw in it. And it looks like this one here might be broke off inside. Yeah, so if you look back here, it looks like somebody tried to drill this out already. Did a horrible job of it. And then over here we got a, oh my god, boys. Freaking dick screw there. Down there we just got a stud with none on it. This one I might be able to get out actually if I weld a nut onto that. This one up here is a last cause because the hole is completely, someone drilled it off to the side already, got it frigged up. And that one back there looks, I don't know what that looks like in there. Look at this. So this was just spent in there. Oh, there's some washers down here. Excellent. And then the stator here is all kinds of freaked up. I do love me a good surprise. Look. See this right here on the flywheel? Yeah, those screws work so good, don't they? But pretty much what happened here is, I don't know if somebody already replaced the stator or whatever happened. Anyway, somebody was in there before and they couldn't get those bolts out for the stator. Obviously, they're all cracked off and they got some screws put in there instead. And then what happened was the screws kind of backed out, didn't hold the stator on, and well, the stator got ate up by the screw that fell out and just was bouncing off the freaking flywheel. Okay, so I was a little bit wrong here. That stator is bolted to a plate. That plate is what's bolted to the engine. And that plate that's bolted to the engine actually has a crank seal in it. So I'm going to have to get a crank seal here as well. The guy I bought these 2 sleds off told me that one of them needed a stator, but I thought it was the other one that he said needed the stator and that this one here needed the carbs. So I guess this one here was the one that needed the carbs and the stator. Which is kind of a bummer because I had already bought my carbs and the DPM. Took me a couple months to actually find these things because of what this is, I guess. And now we got to go find a stator. So I need a stator and I need that little grommet with the outlet coming out of the fuel tank. So I'm going back on the hunt for some more parts. But we're not doing too bad. I paid $1,500 for 2 of those 670 HOs. So about $750 a piece. So I already paid $100 for those 2 carbs. So that's $850. I paid $200. Oh, sorry, I paid $150 for that DPM. So that's $1,000. And now I got to get a stator, which is going to be a couple, $200-300. And I got to find that grommet and the little outlet for that tank. I got to pick up some fuel on as well. So, I mean, honestly, if I can get this screw on the go and running, driving for $1,500, roughly, we're still doing pretty good. This thing is well worth it. Let's spend some money and get some parts. And honestly, getting that stator and replacing the stator is the easy part. The hard part is going to be getting the remainder of those old bolts out because they're twisted off or whatever. One of the holes is completely destroyed. So I'm going to have to figure something out there. I'm going to have to try to get those out and probably re-tap those holes. Maybe put some bigger bolts in, I guess. I just love this for me. I have that stator ordered. I think the estimated delivery is late February, early March. And it was actually a stator that came out of a Toni edition. Supposedly the stators are different from the HOs to the non-HOs, but all the stator websites that I were looking at didn't differentiate between the HOs and the non-HOs. So I didn't really want to order it in case it'd be the wrong one, but I found one on eBay that was used out of a Toni edition 670. So it should be the identical stator that goes in this. So let's clean up and push this old girl back in the corner. I gotta go ask the wife for my weekly allowance and we gotta order more parts. Please like and subscribe to see this thing run again.